Welcome back to part 2 of A Rocky Situation, the 3-part podcast where we will try to unravel the mystery of the stone soup mass poisoning and determine who the true perpetrator is. So far in part 1, we have detailed everything leading up to the crime, from the point where the nameless wanderer arrives at the village where the poisoning took place, up until the feast where it all went down. In this episode, I will interview 2 suspects. One goes by the name of Hertha, a grumpy village elder who seems to have a grudge against everyone, and the nameless wanderer himself. Since episode 1, a lot of new information was discovered regarding this crime. After investigating what was left of the stone soup in the pot at the center of the village, a branch was discovered from a tree that grows little fruit, very poisonous to humans. Determined to be the source of this heinous act, a few townspeople and I have found the meadow in which these trees grow. Now here's where it gets interesting. After searching every home in the village to see if there was more where this branch came from, we ended on the abode belonging to Hertha on the outskirts of the village. After searching her bedroom, a bundle of branches exactly like the one found in Stone Soup was discovered under his bed. After bringing Hertha into my office, I had a very interesting conversation with her. Thank you for taking time to sit down with me, Hertha. Not that you had much of a choice.
I don't have much time left, and I definitely don't want to waste it talking to you. So tell me what you want and let me leave.
Off to a great start, I see. Well then, I'll try not to waste any more of your ever so important time than I need to. You know why you are here. It's because of that bundle of poisonous branches under your bed. What I want to know is, why do you have them?
Ah, so you think I did it. As much as I hate this village, I would never want to poison everyone in it. They keep me entertained.
So then tell me, old lady, why do you have these branches? And why should I believe you didn't drop one in the pot when all the villagers were adding their ingredients from the home into the stone soup?
So naive, you outsiders that come here. I wasn't even there that night. I hate people. The children in this village are mischievous. They like to play tricks on me, like to throw pebbles at me when I leave my home, or drop poison ivy leaves through the window above my head at night when I sleep. The fruit on those branches may be poisonous to consume, but it can create a skin salve that soothes and heals my rashes. I always have a bundle in case those meddling kids pull off something again.
Well, Hertha, if what you're saying is true, then I must ask you for any information that could lead me to who actually did this. You seem to know an awful lot about these branches, so...
I know not, but I have learned, Mr. Detective. I know about these branches because a medicine woman used to live in this village, and she taught me long ago. However, the villagers a few years back came under the impression that she was a witch. And after a treatment of a child for sickness went wrong, they ran her out, and I haven't seen her since. But I know she now lives north of here. Does sound like she would want revenge, though, doesn't it?
Plausible. But I've talked to almost everyone that was at that feast, and they all say they saw no one except the townspeople and the wanderer.
Have you even questioned him yet? Never trust outsiders. You know, I was out picking those branches the afternoon before the wanderer arrived in the village. While I was in the meadow, I saw a man and a woman speaking about the branches. Have you searched him yet? I doubt you have.
Thank you for the information. I do hope you aren't deceiving me, though, Hertha. However, I am done wasting your time, for now at least. After releasing Hertha, I quickly began tracking the wanderer down. I talked to the townspeople and I managed to find him near the edge of town, at the direction of which he arrived just 2 nights ago. He was packing his belongings and he seemed in a hurry. Very impolite, almost as bad as Hertha, but unlike Hertha, this man seemed like he was hiding something. Here is what he had to say. Mr. Wanderer, you seem in a rush. This is a crime scene, you know. I can't let you leave, at least until I ask you a few questions to see if it wasn't you who poisoned these villagers.
I would love to chat with you, Detective, but I really must go. I have stayed in this village far too long, and I must continue south. Don't exhaust yourself too much looking for this criminal.
As the wanderer picks up his bundles, he begins off, but he is going north where he came from, not south. I trek behind him for a minute or two, and what I discover is vital to finding out what happened in this village last night. So how long have you been wandering around here?
Years, too many to count. Now, go away.
Well, if you are so educated in wandering around, you should know that this is north, not south, right?
Oh, my mistake. Now I have to go all the way through that wretched town again.
Why do you seem to hate this place so much? You've barely been here 2 days. I am quite fond of it, really.
Most of it is what I've been told, but also the villagers are selfish. I came here cold, tired, and hungry, just looking for some food and a place to keep.
Sleep.
Every single home here turned me down. Every single one. They said they didn't have an extra room or no food to spare. I knew they were damn liars. I could smell something cooking inside most of the homes.
Who told you these bad things about this village?
Doesn't matter.
There, I noticed something. A twig sticking out of one of his bags, and so with my suspicion I did what every person would do. Tackle him to the ground and find out what tree that twig belongs to. I do exactly that, and I take the branches out of his bag. It matches the one in the pot. So this stranger didn't happen to be a medicine woman who you happened to meet in the meadow where these branches grow?
No, I met no one, nowhere. I just picked up those branches as I was walking through the meadow. I thought the fruit was pretty.
The fruit on them does smell good. Maybe I should try it.
No, wait! Those branches are poisonous!
And that's all I need to hear. I know they are poisonous, in fact, because I know that you put one of these in the pot that the stone soup was cooked in. Now, I'm going to ask you nicely, but only once. Did you poison those villagers? Because actually I know you did. You are lying about where you found those branches. One of the townspeople even saw a man and a woman picking up the branches the afternoon before you arrived. I have more than reasonable suspicion to believe that was you and someone else.
Okay, it was me, goddammit. I put that dang tree branch in that terrible soup, but I was coerced. It was a witch, or maybe a medicine woman. I don't even know her name. She told me about those branches and offered me a big reward if I imagined to poison this whole village with them. That is why I was going to go back north. She told me it would only make them mildly ill, not kill or nearly kill all of them. I wasn't even going to do it, but after all the stories she told me and all the welcome I received, I thought I was teaching them a lesson.
Unfortunately, it is just as much your fault as it is this medicine woman's. You are going to pay for this, but maybe not as harshly as you would if you bring me to this criminal and give this village justice.
I don't have much of a choice now, do I? Fine, I'll take you.
This concludes part 2 of A Rocky Situation, the 3-part podcast where we will unravel the mystery of the stone soup mass poisoning and determine who the true perpetrator is. We now know who poisoned the soup, but justice will not be served until the puppet brings us to his master and we can detain the medicine woman to put her on trial. Join me for part 3 where I do just that, but it doesn't happen as easily as you think. Thank you for listening.